Om Yogis, welcome to this practice with Bia, the Greek goddess of force and energy. We'll start by lying down, taking your left leg up, hooking your big toe for a hamstring stretch, or perhaps using a strap. This is the second class that I've done around this goddess, who is known for her strength, but is also known for her anger. And today we'll be looking at that side of Bia. So you might want to just tune in to anything you might feel angry about at the moment. As you take that leg now out to the side of the body, to the left side. Bia understands that from time to time we all feel hemmed in and we might need to take up a little bit more space. So breathe a little deeper now, take up a little more room, stretch out. In whatever feels right for your body, whatever way feels right. And then come back to center, swapping your legs over. We'll take the hamstring stretch on the right leg now. Breathe deep. Let your breath take up a lot of room inside of your body. Let your body stretch out. So lovely is when we feel restricted or blocked or thwarted in some way. Bia might come close to encourage us to find ways to break free. Let's take that leg out to the side now. Taking up a ton of room, breathing deep and even breaths into the stretch. Inhaling when you're ready, coming back to center. Bringing both of your knees in towards your chest and letting them fall to the left. And then when you're ready to the right. And just alternate sides here. So the goddess Bia personifies violence. But violence usually only comes in through feeling cornered. Cornered or like a wild animal. Violence for most of us is an extreme, a last resort, an animalistic impulse that comes in when we know not what to do or how to move. So for now we're just moving, twisting left to right. And then when you're ready, bring your legs back to center. We're just going to take a reclined pigeon, bringing your left foot just above your right knee. You can take the feet away from the floor, thread your arms through your legs and hold the shape. In this very restricted shape, see if you can find ways to breathe, ways to break free internally, ways to maneuver through the forces that lie upon you now. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, keep your legs in that shape. Release them from the arms though. Bringing your right foot to the floor. The left foot is coming down to the ground. We're coming into a pigeon twist. Breathing deep. Bia is known best through the story of Prometheus. She played a role in binding him to the rock at the bidding of Zeus. She did this to keep order, proving that to enforce divine will, she is willing to use force. Force against force. Let's come back to center when you're ready. Swapping the legs, so thread the needle on the other side. This time your right foot is up. Arms can thread through the legs. In this very restricted shape, see if you can find room and places where you can breathe. So to keep order, Bia is willing to use force to enforce divine will. She uses force against force. Keeping the feet where they are, release your arms and come into that twist on the other side. Recline pigeon twist. And you might feel restricted, you might feel blocked or thwarted by this pose. Bia encourages us to find ways to break free, to break out. I encourage you today to use your breath. To take up more space within yourself by deepening and lengthening the breath. When you're ready, lovelies, come out of that. Bring both of your knees towards your chest. And imagine that you're doing a crow now on your back. But let's take it to the side. So take your side crow. So twist slightly to your left with your knees up, lifting your chest towards your knees. Hold and breathe. Feel the restriction of the shape, but find room with the breath. And stay up, and if you can, extend your right leg to the ceiling. Bring your left leg straight down to a hover just above your mat. So both of your legs are straight, and hold here. Release that when you're ready. And come back to bringing both of your knees up towards your chest. Just hold here for a moment. And then let's twist. Take a side crow to the right on your back. Find your breath as you extend your left leg now to the ceiling, your right leg to a hover. Hold and breathe. Finding the breath inside the shape. Inhale here. Exhale, come out of that. Roll to one side and just press up to a seated position, bringing your feet to cross-legged Sukhasana. We're just going to breathe in, lift the arms up, and as you breathe out, twist to the left. Breathe in, lifting the arms up again, breathing out, twisting to the right. Alternate between sides, to the rhythm and the depth of your own breath. The goddess Bia does not use finesse. She uses brute force to overcome obstacles and clear space. So don't worry about what it looks like. Coming back to center when you're ready, hold your shin with your opposite hand. So just choose a leg, hold with the opposite hand, and then stretch your neck away from that same shoulder. Close your eyes. Release any restriction around your neck area, around your face. Release the hinge of your jaw. Beautiful. Come back to center, swap arms, swap sides, stretch on the other side. Come back to center when you're ready. So lovelies, if you've been feeling hemmed in this week or today, Bia says, let's move. So let's move. Meet me in downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, let's walk to the top of your mat, coming into some half salutations now. So as you inhale, come up halfway, and as you exhale, fold on in. Let's inhale all the way up, exhale all the way down, inhale halfway, exhale fold, inhale all the way up, exhale, fold in, Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, stand up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, stand up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, just take a moment, rest here. Bia counsels you today that movement is always possible, regardless of how restricted you might feel. Let's bring the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, lower to the ground, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to the top of mat straight away. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, the arms rise, lift up, all the way up. Exhale, take a moment to rest. Movement is always possible as we inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of mat. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, rest. Movement is always possible as you inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of mat. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, rest a moment. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, lower to the ground, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, let's bring the left leg forward into a lunge position. And then come back to dog. Then the right leg forward into a lunge position. And then come back to dog. Alternate between sides. Coming back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, hold here, hold and breathe. And then bring your left leg forward, coming up into a high lunge here. Let's bring the left arm under the right arm, wrapping the arms for eagle, lifting the arms up, lifting the elbows up, lifting the chest up, sinking the hips low, hold and breathe. So lovely as we can move the energy of situations when we simply move our bodies, when we speak up, when we sing out, when we shout, when we scream. We move energy when we practice asanas, when we walk, when we run. We move energy when we clear a space for ourselves. So release your eagle arms, go wide with the arms now. Take up a ton of room and then come back to downward facing dog. Bringing the right foot forward when you're ready, come into high lunge on the right side. And your right arm comes under your left arm for eagle on the other side. Arms up, chest up. Bia personifies violence, but violence usually only comes when we feel cornered. So today we move energy. We move energy when we move our bodies, when we speak out, or when we clear a space for ourselves. So go wide with the arms, take up a ton of room. Beautiful. Then come down to downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, shift forward to plank. Hold and breathe here. Now start to drop your knees left and right to a hover to the mat. So just one knee at a time in plank. Hovering the legs. And then if you want to add on, you can take that to lift your legs left to right side. Beautiful. From here, press back downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank, and as you exhale, come down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, take a cobra. Exhale, lower to the mat, interlace your hands behind your back. And as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your legs, locust pose, hold and breathe. Although today we're encouraged to take up a lot of room, we don't need a lot of room to move energy, just a mat. Your movement today creates the space in your mind. And the mind comes into energy awareness. The awareness of the forces around us and at play. You might feel those forces pressing upon you, especially now holding this pose. So breathe, move and shift the energy. And then release that, pressing back, downward facing dog. Press your heels down in downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Extend through your arms and your spine. Bringing your left foot forwards, just come back to that high lunge. Take your arms wide, take up a ton of space. And then bring your right hand to the floor. Your left arm extends up and over your ear for a revolved side angle variation. Breathe deep. And then from here, square off. Sit back to your back leg, lowering to a half splits. Your left leg is leading, your left leg is ahead of you now. Breathe deep here. Your breath will take your mind into energy awareness. Awareness of where you might feel restricted or pent up because of forces pressing upon you. Coming out of that half splits now, take this pose into Janu Sirsasana A. Your left leg is straight, your right leg is bent here. Stay up or fall forward, as is appropriate for your body. Breathe deep. As you breathe deep, you shift the energy around you. You shift the energy within you. So you shift the energy around you via shifting the energy within you. Beautiful. Coming out of that, when you're ready, bringing that right knee up and then bringing that right foot over the extended leg. Let's twist now towards that leg. So I think we're twisting to the right. Your movement creates the space in your mind. Your mind comes into energy awareness. The awareness of the forces around you at play. You might become aware of those forces that press upon you. So breathe and move and shift the energy. Now keep your legs where they are. Twist the body the other way, away from the legs. I believe that's to the left. Your left hand is coming to the ground to support this. As you let yourself lounge a little bit here, so it's like a side stretch. You'll feel it in your lower hip and around the waist there. Hold and breathe. Now press into that hand that is on the floor and that foot that is on the floor to lift the hips into a side plank variation. Today we don't need to be sophisticated or elegant in our movements, although we might be. What we need is to be willing to use our force, our physical will, to shift the energy of our lives. When you're ready, lovelies, let's meet back in Downward Facing Dog. From Downward Facing Dog, let's come into a high lunge. The right leg is stepping. Taking the arms wide once you get there. Take up some room and then bring the left hand to the floor for a revolved side angle pose. Your top arm is coming up and over your ear. You should make a nice long diagonal line with the body. Beautiful. From here, square off, lower down to a half split, so your right leg is ahead of you now. You can stay up on the ball of your foot, or if you've got the flexibility, you can sit back to your heel or sit back to the floor. Break free of any feelings of restriction by deepening your breath, focusing your mind. Coming out of that, when you're ready, meet me in Janu Sirsasana A. Your left leg is bent, your right leg is extended. Deepen even with the breath. feeling any restriction in your body, use your breath, deepen your breath. And coming out of that, when you're ready, bring that knee up and bring the foot over the leg, twisting towards the bent leg here. Hold and breathe. The legs stay where they are as you twist away from the bent leg now. Your right hand is supporting you to lounge here. And then use your hand and your foot against the floor to press your hips up for a side plank variation. Hold and breathe. When you're ready, lovelies, let's meet back in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's step to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold on in. Move to the rhythm of your breath, repeating this movement. Inhaling, halfway rise. Exhale, fold on in. Today we move the body to move the energy, to work with the forces that press against us. Deepen the breath, shift the thinking, and feel better. On your next fold in, let's come to hold that fold. Hold the toes if you can. Your feet can be together or directly under your hips. Hold and breathe. Moving the body, moving the energy, shifting the thinking, feeling better. Counter any restriction you might feel here by deepening the breath. Now bend both of your knees, release your fingers from around your toes, bringing the feet together, the knees together, bringing your hands into prayer. Squat low as you twist to the left, revolved chair pose. Use your breath in this hemmed in position. BF helps us to find ways to break free during those inevitable times when we feel restricted in our lives. Let's come back to center when you're ready and twist the other way. Come back to center when you're ready and meet me in plank position. Let's inhale in plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, take cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping your left leg forward 3/4 of the way along your mat. Bring yourself up to a standing position with your arms wide, taking up loads of room. And now we're going to bring the right hand to the floor for revolved triangle. You can bend the front knee if you need to get there, and you can keep it bent. But once you get the hand to the floor, you can play around with seeing how it feels to extend that leg or not. We're moving the body to move the energy, to shift the thinking, and to feel better today. Countering any anger, frustration, restriction, dare I say even violent tendencies. Coming back when you're ready to meet in downward facing dog. And then from downward facing dog, we're going to step the other leg, the right leg, 3/4 of the way forward. Stand up with the arms wide. Bring the left hand to the floor for revolve triangle on the other side. Anger only sort of usually boils over into violence when we feel cornered. So today we take up a ton of room, even though we might feel restricted. Take up some room with your breath. Learn how to counter that cornered feeling. Maneuver through those difficult positions with a deep and even breath. Beautiful. Then meet me in downward facing dog. We're going to step the left foot forward again now for high lunge. Bringing the hands wide, we're going to bring the right hand down for reverse side angle pose. Hold and breathe here. Squaring off, lowering to half splits. We've done this sequence before, so your body's familiar with it. From here, coming into Janu Sirsasana A. From here, lift the knee up, bring the foot over the leg, twist towards your bent knee. Now twist away from that bent knee, lounging here. Now lift up for a side plank variation. And then meet me in downward facing dog, remembering it doesn't need to be finessed. We can just use brute force today just to get us to where we need to go, just to shift the energy. Now your right leg is stepping forward for a high lunge on the other side. Take the arms wide. The left hand is coming down, revolve side angle pose here. Moving the body, moving the energy, shifting the thinking, and hopefully feeling better. Let's square off, lowering down for half splits. And then from here, come into Janu Sirsasana A. Coming up from here, bringing the knee up, the foot up, bringing the leg over, and twist towards the bent leg. Now twist away from that leg, lounge here for a moment to get a nice side stretch. Now using the hand and the foot that is planted to the floor to lift the hips up for a side plank variation, hold and breathe. Moving the body, moving the energy, shifting the thinking, feeling better. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Bia, a goddess who is known for her anger, her temper, a goddess associated with violence, who today encourages us to use movement to dissipate any pent-up anger or aggression, to brute it out, to let it out however we can, to shake it out. So the forces of energy that press upon us don't shake us so much. So from here, lovelies, let's walk the hands into the feet. Deeply bend your knees. Slowly roll up through your spine. Now we turn to face the wall, using the wall as a support, so you can just lift and lower your heels. And if it feels right for your body, you can just turn that into quite a brisk hopping movement. Move the body, move the energy, shift the thinking, and feel better. Find a rhythm, hopefully fairly fast, fairly quick, and just take a moment really just to tire yourself out a bit. See how little room you really need to make movement possible. Your movement might be as imperceptible as a shift in perception, or as obvious as a change of location. Today, we use brute force to just move the energy. Beautiful. Coming out of that, when you're ready, turn your back to the wall now. So use the wall as you side bend to the left. We're using the wall to check that we're not twisting as we side bend. Come back to center when you're ready, and then side bend to the right. And back to center when you're ready. Let's take a big step away from the wall now. Feel your legs strong underneath you. Let your knees soften a little bit so you're not locking out through your legs. Send your tailbone down towards the ground. Lift and engage your stomach muscles. And from here, extend your spine, lifting your chest up, 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 until perhaps your chest comes towards the ceiling. And you find yourself in a standing back bend. Perhaps you look back to the wall behind you. Perhaps you reach an arm or two arms back to touch the wall behind you. Perhaps you stay where you are. Perhaps you just stand, moving in an imperceptible way. Remembering today we don't need to be sophisticated or elegant. We just need to be willing to use our force, our will, to shift the energy. Come out of that when you're ready, if you're not out of it already. And then let's repeat that again. Your tummy is lifting, your tail is strong, your knees are soft, but your legs are strong. Your tail is down, sorry. Your legs are strong. Your chest lifts, you extend through the front of your spine, lifting the chest towards the ceiling, maybe taking that into a back bend, maybe looking back to the wall behind you, maybe reaching out to touch it, maybe not. Coming out of that when you're ready. Moving the body to move the energy, to shift the thinking, to feel better. Let's do that one more time. Standing back bend here. Coming out of that when you're ready. Turn around to face the wall. Come back to the wall and come back into that hopping movement, just lifting and lowering the legs. Start slow, lifting and lowering the heels, sorry. Start slow. And if it feels okay for your body, go a little quicker. We're encouraged today to use movement to dissipate any pent-up anger or aggression in the body, to let it out, to shake it out, to jump it out. And if we shake out this pent-up energy inside of us, the forces outside of us don't shake us so much. We are better able to balance. Keep going, lovelies. Then when you're ready, come to stillness. Just stand a little away from the wall, just enough so you can sway out through the arms left to right. Initiate this twist gently from your waist, dissipating energy inside of you. Gorgeous. And now bring your hands to your shoulders and start to twist left to right. You're initiating this twist now from your mid-back. Coming back to center when you're ready, just gently start to shake out the hands, shake out the arms, shake out the hips, shake out the legs, shake out the feet, shake out the body in whatever way works. And then coming out of that, stand against the wall. Lift your left knee. Just hug that knee in towards the chest, using the wall to help you balance. And you might even want to hold your left thigh and just shake through the leg. If that feels comfortable, it can be really nice release in the knees if you need it. Then when you're ready, switch sides, same thing on the other side. Coming out of that when you're ready, stay to the balls of your feet and just bring yourself down to a squatting position here. Walking your hands forward, come into downward facing dog, pressing the heels now towards the ground. Lovely. Let's come down to all fours now and take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling as you offer the heart and exhaling as you gently round the back. And come back now to sit on your heels, sitting to your left hip, come into Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist here. Coming out of that, when you're ready, come back to sit on your heels. Sit to your right hip. Same pose, second side. Coming out of that, when you're ready, we meet now with the legs up the wall. We've moved the body, we've moved the energy, shifted the thinking, and now hopefully we feel a little bit better than we did when we came to our mat. Hopefully any irritations, any restrictions, any claustrophobic feelings or difficulties from the day have dissipated a little bit now. And we can just relax with the legs up the wall. The goddess Bia, although known for her anger, well, because she knows anger, she understands that from time to time we all feel hemmed in and we might need to take up a little bit more space. Because it's when we feel restricted or thwarted that we often feel angry. And violence can be just a way to break free. She comes in when we know not what to do or how to move, and tells us to forget about the finesse, to forget about being elegant, just to shift the energy, however it works today. Deepen your breath, make space in your mind. Become aware of the forces that press against you. Shift your perception or change your location. Bia comes in to remind us that movement is always possible. Allow your breath now to gently move your body. Beautiful waves of breath, calming, soothing, shifting the body, feeling better. Okay, lovelies, when you're ready, let's come out of that pose. Bring yourself to a seated position with your eyes closed and your back to the wall. Okay. Now we're going to shift the energy through using the voice, through chanting the Om. This balances our energy and grounds us. As the Om connects us with the electromagnetic field of the earth. So it connects the electromagnetic field of the heart with the earth, so it's deeply balancing and grounding for us. So we can let the Oms overlap. Close your eyes, and again, it's not about finesse, it's not about how you sound or being perfect, it's just about letting it out. Join in when you're ready. From here, lovelies, we come down to Shavasana. Make sure that you'll be warm enough for the next 10 minutes. And in your Shavasana today, take up some space. From time to time, we all feel the restrictions, the pressures, the forces that press upon us in our lives, and it is good to take up some space. So make sure your arms and your legs are away from your body. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. Make sure your eyes are relaxed and make sure you are warm. And then use the breath, letting go with every exhalation. Relax. 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 when you're ready, lovelies, let's begin to deepen the breath. Gently moving your fingers and toes. And taking whatever stretch your body might need. Hugging knees to chest. Roll a little side to side. Roll to one side. Taking a moment with yourself and your practice. Just to absorb anything, if anything was useful for you today. Bringing that back with you as you come back to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your heart center. We thank the goddess Bia for reminding us that movement is always possible. Movement is the way to get out of the restriction, to shift the energy. It might be that we move our minds, it might be that we move our body, it might be that we move our voices. But Bia reminds us, the goddess of force, reminds us that where there's a will, there's a way. With so much love, namaste.